Hello, good morning. Just woke up early to play some Factorio. We had a red science factory set up last session. I think it gave us a unit of red science every second. I think the next step is to set up better defenses and start working on green science production, which is not going to be easy because we need to uh, first scale up our raw material production. And I need to automate coal too, because right now the way it's set up, I have to constantly keep making runs from my coal factory to the places where that is needed. I need to have a small setup for ammo production too. This currently gives me 2 units of iron per second. Let's okay, let's work the math out. So green science. Okay, this is a bit difficult because it's 5.5. It's not a whole number. Okay, let's target 6 iron per second. Uh, I can just take the remaining and uh, let that be a surplus for now because I'll need iron for just miscellaneous things here and there. And the same with copper too. So 6 iron per second. This gives me 2. So take this and triple. 1, 2. This is 4. So at the end of this, I'm going to have uh, 4 plus 3 times 4, which is 12. So 16 drills. And for 4 drills, I needed 7 furnaces. Or I think the ratio is 2 is to 3.2 if I remember correctly from yesterday. Yeah, so for 16 it's gonna be 3.2 times 8, which is 24 plus 1.6, I guess. That's approximately 26 furnaces. Okay. And a nice way to lay that out would be 2 rows of 13 furnaces. Or maybe let's do like 3 rows of 8 plus 2 furnaces on the 4th row. Yeah, because I don't want it to be too long. The total iron ore production now would be 16, so 8 units per second, and the belt can carry 15 items per second. So we are good on the belt. Okay, I need a splitter. There should be 8. Let me reduce the game audio because I think it's not that interesting. Here. Plus, listening to just the background hum of this game, it just messes with my mind over time. I just find myself like daydreaming with this song in the background when I'm not playing the game. I've found that to happen quite often when I play the game a lot. It's a bit unsettling. It's ominous. It fits the theme, but I don't think it's healthy over like really long durations. Okay, wait, this is wrong. I think I should probably first come up with a design for such furnace factories. I'm just winging it right now, but I don't know if this is the most efficient. But I think, yeah, let's stick with this. The plan is to have the iron ore be fed from this conveyor belt to these furnaces and take the plates out in a conveyor belt which stretches below and connects back to the top one. So this is the output belt. And I'm just going to duplicate this setup over here. Yeah, I think this is good. This is elegant. in the future, I would either have to automate how coal is being fed into these furnaces, or I should just upgrade them to electric. I think the latter is the easier option because uh, involving coal in this would be a lot more complicated. I think I'll need to split a belt into two, which is just ensure that the left half or the right or either one is reserved for iron and the other one is for coal. So I'm just going to be using one belt for both resources. I think that is the way to go. Uh, or I can just let this be as it is and just accept that I need to manually feed coal every so often and just upgrade all of this into electric furnaces as soon as possible, which won't be easy. I'll need to redo the entire layout because electric furnaces are a bit bigger than stone furnaces. So it wouldn't be as easy as just replacing the furnaces with the new ones. I need to redo the entire factory. Not the entire factory, but just this part of the factory. Yeah, I think let's just manually do this for now and redo this uh, iron smelting plant once we have. Okay, I ran out of coal. My power generation plant is out of coal. Wait, even I am out of coal, so I need to first fetch coal. There used to be a way. Acha, you have to. I think. Uh, this one might be it. Yeah. This is a handy way to just check how many of a particular building you have in a given area. So there are 24 furnaces. I needed 26. I'm just going to place 32, just, to kind of future proof it. Or maybe not. Let's just let it just be 24 for now. Because I'll have to either way just. Or you know what? Let this be 16 for now. I think I can do with less than 1 unit per second of green science production for now. Because I think once I have enough green science, just 75 green science, I can unlock electric furnaces, and I don't need to then waste too much time redoing this whole section. I can just build it right from that point. Okay, now when it comes to copper, I think I'm making half a unit per second. And I needed 1.5, so yeah, let's do 2 units of copper a second. Let's aim for that. Okay, so wait. Have I got the math wrong? No, I think it's right. Okay, so this makes 1 unit of copper a second. Now I need to scale it up to 1.5 additional, so 2.5 a second. But since I'm not planning on making 1 unit of green science a second just immediately, I think let's just do 2 units of copper a second. Let's just aim for that. Okay, I need a lot more iron. Okay, now we are making 2 copper plates a second. Next, we figure out how to set up the factory for green science. transport belt, and inserter. Transport belt and inserter. Both of them need gear wheels, iron gear wheel. So that's a common ingredient. This needs an electronic circuit, which is an iron plate and a copper cable. Okay, so this is pretty complicated. So what are the first order items? Copper cable, copper cable. Well, iron plates would be a first order element to be precise, but I think since we have that figured out, let's just forget about it and let that be the zero order elements. Uh, so copper cable would be the first order order for this factory. Uh, Gear wheels, yeah, that's another thing. Iron gear wheels. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Cool. Second order would be electric circuits. And the third order would be inserters and transport belts. I think just the inserter is going to be a third order item. The transport belt is going to be second order because we can make that entirely out of raw materials and first order items. Cool. We have two inputs, which is iron and copper. We need to make the first order items. Using that. Uh, Once we have that, I need a second supply of iron plates to make. Yeah, I need to divert some of these iron plates to make uh, transport belts, I think. Yeah, and also take the gears, which this component makes. How do I curve this? I'm terrible with Excalibur. I just click things till they somehow work. But I lost the cursor. Yeah, it's back. I need another supply of iron plates to make circuits. Plates plus cables gives me circuits. And I combine these two to get green signs. Okay, so this is the schematic. I need to somehow find an elegant way to implement this with what we have over here. Okay, let me clear this off. I should have done this a long time ago, but clearing trees is always a chore. I think the most efficient way to clear trees is to use a flamethrower, but that isn't unlocked until very late in the game. Or moderately late in the game. But till then it's really tedious because you gotta manually wait and clear each tree in the way. I'm out of electricity again. I'll make my green science factory in this area. Yeah. And have an output which feeds back into this belt so that my labs have both red and green signs. Okay, what about the ratios? This is good. I mean, this is what uh, uh, I think this is like pretty black and white, and uh, this design is correct. But what is the gray part here is that what are the ratios going to be? How many assemblers are there going to be in each of these boxes? For that, I need to figure out how much, what is the quantity of iron plates being fed into this module, and the answer is however many iron plates these furnaces can smelt each second, minus what is consumed by my red science factory. 3.2 seconds. I had done this calculation, but I forgot about it. So 3.2 seconds for a plate, and this is for one furnace. I have 16 furnaces. So X plates. X second for a plate with 16 furnaces. Solve for X. That is the problem here. So we just cross multiply, and the answer is 16 times 3.2. Wait, no. I think it should be 3.2 by 16. Yeah, foolish mistake. So it's gonna take 0.2 seconds to make a plate, which means I get 5 plates a second. 5 iron plates per second. Out of this, red science is going to take up 2, so I'm left with 3 iron per second. Am I overthinking this? Should I just eyeball stuff and just do things haphazardly for now? Because I think the immediate priority should be to unlock better buildings, buildings which scale later into the game. And then I can think of better designs which can hold their worth for longer, because right now whatever I built might be something which has to be replaced pretty quickly down the line. Yeah, I think I should do that. Let this be a temporary factory till I figure out railways, till I figure out electric furnaces, and yeah, I think those are the big two: electric furnaces and railways. That gives me a lot of flexibility. in building bigger factories, more scaled out factories, and factories and modules which can retain their worth and their automation for quite longer. Okay, so I'll just start off with maybe one. Okay, first I need a lot of assembling machines uh, just to get started. How do you fire? I forgot about that. Settings, controls. Shoot enemy, spacebar. Next weapon, C. Okay, I need to equip a weapon. I remember that you could fire at buildings and damage them, but that isn't working even though I have ammo. Shoot enemy, shoot selected. Okay, I think I need to press shift and space. Yeah. This is new. I don't remember it being this way. It used to be just press space and your guy fires regardless of whether it's a friendly building or whether it's an enemy. Copper cable and iron plates are kind of similar, but okay, it looks like they're the opposites of one another. Iron gear wheels take two plates and give uh, one output every 0.5 seconds, but with copper cable, it's the other way around. They take a plate and give two cables out. So with iron, it's 2 in, 1 out. With copper, it's 1 in, 2 out. Which means I need to flip this such that there are 3 inserters taking stuff out of the assembler and just 1 inserter putting stuff in. Yeah. One in and 3 out. Okay, so that solves my first order items. I need to then build 2 sets of assemblers to make belts and circuits. Plus I need to route my plates. A diversion from this main route over to that part of the factory. This might get messy. circuits take cables and iron plates, right? Is that it? Or was there? Yeah, that's it. And okay, so iron plates are common for both of these factories. So let that be at the center. Uh, Copper cables are needed only for electric circuits. So maybe that can be handled towards the left. This takes 1.2 seconds or 2.4 because of the half efficiency of my current assemblers. And uh, transport belts take 1 second per unit. Okay, so that's pretty quick. 1 second per unit or 1 unit per second. And this takes in. Okay, so just one transport belt assembler, I think, is going to be uh, enough for making green signs for now. Because if I'm making one belt a second, I can theoretically support one green signs a second, which I'm not going to be doing immediately, but that is something which I can support. Uh, I'm going to be limited by other factors. So, yeah, uh, just one assembler over here. And with green circuits, okay, the thing about green circuits and uh, transport belts is that eventually, and it's going to be pretty soon, but shortly, I'm going to be at a stage where those would be my first order items. Those would be what iron and copper plates are to me now. I need to have separate factories, uh, which give me a lot of green circuit and uh, transport belt production, which I can then route to such more uh, higher order factories. Yeah, I think that is the direction we need to be heading towards. But I think we can plan that out once we have electric furnaces and trains. And the same applies to every color circuit out there. I need to have separate factories which just make these circuits. I can take these circuits from there and make all sorts of items which I would need at a particular point in the game. But these are, base items. Yeah, this is cool for now. Okay, let's just take a guess, and let's have 3 assemblers making circuits. Transport belt. Oh wait, I need to make inserters first. How do I do that? So this schematic was wrong. I forgot about inserters. Uh, so I need to take plates, gears, and circuits, combine them and make inserters, and then feed it back to this conveyor belt. I think I messed up. Let's take this apart. No. Okay, this is cool. This is everything I need to make inserters. Uh, let's have like, okay, what is the ratio of green circuits to inserters? It's 1 is to, it is 1 is to 1, okay? So I'll probably need to have 3 of those as well, because in order to consume everything that this factory produces. Or I think I should maybe have just 2, because I would benefit from having just a storage supply of green circuits, because that will enable me to make items manually faster. Okay. Now I need to combine this with the transport belts, and we should be good to go. Awesome. Military 2, electric furnace, engine. Yeah, engine is going to be super important to help us get around the map quick. Solar, yeah, this is important, but it needs 250. God damn. I think we can just wait a bit for that. But that is needed for railway. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's get done with electric furnaces and engines, and then let's queue up railways, because I think that is what we're waiting for. The next step is to build uh, is to build factories for items like green circuits and gears, and independent factories which are not part of a factory for uh, science items, like the way it is set up now. Gears and copper cable and these basic items are part of the green science factory, which is not how it should be. Those should be independent and should be producing stuff in surplus. I think they added achievements later on in the game, because I have built factories for green science. I don't know why right now I'm getting the achievement. I should have gotten it a long time ago. The only explanation is that they added achievements later on. after I had uh, built all of this stuff in previous saves. Maybe just opening those saves again would give me all of the achievements which I've missed out on. By the time I research uh, these things, I think I should probably set up a small factory to make ammunitions, which is just 4 iron plates. So that should be super easy. Okay, I have a lot of stone. I think this is cool for this session. We can end here. Uh, Next, yeah, once we have those research objectives complete, I think we need to just take a step back and figure out how to uh, build a good foundation for the factory. And in order to do that, do that justice, we need to look at the terrain. We need to modify the terrain if necessary, because there is a forest here, which I think is a huge hindrance. Uh, yeah, we need a big area to set up a bus system or a modular factory and expand it from there on. And that area is not quite apparent just by looking at this map here. We probably need to clear this forest, and uh, that'll open up this huge chunk of area for us. But your factory area should be separate from where the ores are. But and that's the problem. This area is where the ores are, which makes it not suitable for a huge factory. So probably this, but that is just covered with dense forest, and it would need a lot of work to clear all of this up and make it suitable for a factory. So yeah, let's think about it in the next session. Till that time, I hope this is done researching. And yeah, coal is also a problem. I need to automate the coal supply to my electricity plant as soon as possible. I do that immediately once I have trains. Just a simple route which takes coal from the source and supplies it to the electricity plant. Cool, goodbye.